I don't know why I'm whispering now. Okay, there we go. I don't think there's a way to... Jesus Christ. I don't think that shows. The onesie bulgy. Okay, so good to know that this is basically ASMR. I accept that, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that keeps the environment a little calm for now, at least for this video, especially because I'm sweating my ass off, and it's quite late. I don't even know what time at this point, but last I saw it was 11:32, which isn't super late, except that last night I had stayed up until 5 a.m. to put this mask together. It was just plain red before that I got 2 years ago for a Halloween outfit, and it was great. I'm pausing because I just realized that I forgot all the glow-in-the-dark bracelets and stuff, but that's fine. It's okay. Next time, or next segment, or whatever. I don't know. I'm figuring this out, and I know I had a picture in mind of how I wanted to do this, so I'm rolling with that, despite, once again, the heat, which I am not good with, and it also kind of feels a little claustrophobic, but I will get used to it, because honestly, it's not that bad. I think I just need to get, like, AC in here somehow. Yeah, I think that's... Sorry, I'm just, wondering where am I going with this? Okay. It's okay. You know what? Sometimes we tangent and then we anti-tangent. So, yeah, it's fine. Okay. I just need to, like, I don't know, maybe shake it out. Okay. This is my outfit, by the way, and let me introduce myself. Let me start there. I'm just trying to remember the outline that I had written down. I didn't script this because I don't like scripts that much, especially with stuff like this. Like, it's an introduction. I want it to be as personable as possible, and I always get so much anxiety with creative projects because I put a lot of pressure on myself to either be a perfectionist about it or to let myself be as creative as possible with it, in which case I'm like, oh my god, am I making crap because I am not being a perfectionist about it, you know? And also, I think the weirdest part about making something like this is not even the, oh, I'm talking to an iPad, but, and the dog. He will get an introduction as well soon. I specifically said the dog because I want to edge you for his name because it's very cute, in my opinion. Tangent. Okay. Nerves. But it's also excitement because, like I said, I have a picture in my mind of what I want to do with all of this, and I do want it to be calm. I don't want it to be super stressful. I don't want it to be hyper stimulating as well for anyone on the receiving end, because that isn't the point of what I'm making. I want this to be basically my diary, but sort of like a public one, not exactly in the vlogs. I keep forgetting. Pockets. Okay. Tangent. I just realized that I can see, because there's a bit of space inside the mask so that I can breathe, because I couldn't breathe before. And the lights are reflecting inside the mask, and all of these, like, forehead waves are lit up on the inside, and it's very pretty. So I was just like staring at that for a second. I will try to take a picture of it at some point and like show you all. Okay, tangent. So anyways, I want this to kind of be like a public diary. What I mean by that is I will go into context about who I am, why this, and but like the idea is generally that the most main thing that this is for myself, because I am a very artsy fartsy person. I'm not saying it's good artsy fartsy. I've been told it's good artsy fartsy, so I don't think it would be egoistic or stupid to say that it's like I'm not artsy fartsy good. But I do think I am also, I like to experiment with creativity and multimodality. So, you know, things like this happen, and it can get confusing to people that are different from me. So I want to take it calmly, because I think the best way to get to know someone, and I would like you to get to know me so that I can talk to you about many different random things, but also important things that I do think more people should know about. And I know that this is all very vague, but once again, I will get to it. I just have a tendency to try to explain things so, I don't want to say well, because that sounds haughty, but I try to explain them so crispy that they come out saucy, if that makes sense. Okay, so, yeah, public diary, and I like, this is for myself, and why I will get to, but I just, like, I've never really been someone that's taken a lot of pictures, or even videos. I was very camera shy, even though I have a very camera forward family and extended family. My great aunt loves pictures. Sweet woman loves pictures. If any of my cousins ever see this, they will know who I'm talking about. Nanny, yes. So I just, like, I didn't have the greatest relationship with what a video could be or do, just because I was a little intimidated by my own face, I guess, and the power of what putting my face on something that people can hold on to, save in their own computers, even if I want to not reminisce about it as much as some people do, you know, like the whole, I don't know, the growing pains of trying to both understand the world as a kid and also then understand what the hell the internet is and how it literally influences every part of our lives now. I just want to say that basically what this mask feels like right now is a motorcycle helmet, but when the visor is down, if that makes sense, because I think that's a good comparison that at least some people will get. Tangent, but useful tangent, I think. So it's like my cheeks kind of feel a little squished, but I'm trying to move my mouth more like Jim Carrey to like get used to it and also not change the way that I talk. But I know it's inevitably kind of going to change the way I talk a little bit. So back to the public diary stuff. Milo looks so cute. I said his name. That's his name. I'm not going to repeat it. I guess you technically have the power to go back, but if I were you, try to use this like just a novel. Just watch it, you know? So maybe leave the suspense, and I'll come back to it. The swaying is also partly because I do have like POTS. So it just like muscle clench, blood up, me no tired, especially because late and me tired, but me also kind of hyper, just me hot and sweaty. Why say lot word when few word do trick? What can I say? Okay, so I also don't really want to edit my videos the way that most people do, partly because I just don't have the energy. I really don't feel like I have the time. I am a medical student, which I don't, once again, want to sound haughty, but it's just a part of like my daily schedule, and I'm a neurodivergent student, so I already struggle with scheduling of any sort. I really do like to just follow the dopamine, and I've been following this dopamine for like the last couple days, so I'm very behind already on what I was supposed to be doing. But, you know, where the motivation goes, because honestly, they're both equally important in different ways, and they influence each other. They're both different parts of my life, but yeah, it's just like it is something that I want to also let take up a decent part of my time, because as someone that is trying to be a future healthcare practitioner and like doctor, so, you know, the person that's supposed to be the smartest in the room, that's a lot of pressure, because one, when people have that expectation on you, whether you want to be the smartest person in the room or not, it doesn't matter. You have to know things, and if you don't, you're gonna let someone down. That's the job that we're signing up for. I completely understand why a lot of people don't want to do it. I didn't want to do it at points in my life. I'm brown, so that wasn't an option, because I didn't want to sit in front of a computer as well. And I do have computer science background. That was not sentence, but is what is. His hand is tired. So, I'm sorry if I'm breathing weird in this. I'll get used to it. Part of it is I'm trying not to breathe super heavily, because I don't know how bad it's gonna sound in the mic. So that means my pauses are a little more pause. But I think that maybe will help for the lack of editing, because I also just bounce all over the place with the way that I talk. So yeah, I'm trying to move now more, because I realized I was being very rigid, so I'm gonna move like a Hotel Transylvania character. So okay, well, I guess I started off with some part of me, and I haven't even said my name, which, as you've probably seen in the channel title, is Dari. It's not my real name, and I'm not gonna shy away from that fact, because the thing is, I have grown up now watching the internet. I've been watching you from afar, and you know, like, there's a limit to how much I want to give you, and I'm still figuring out how much that is myself. At the same time, I don't want to stop myself from following this flow, so I'm doing this. But, oh my god, I'm saying so much. I never do that. Or maybe I'm not. I don't know. It's fine. My legs are itchy. Okay. Yeah, the lack of editing is gonna be kind of weird, because some people are gonna be like, what the fuck is she on about? And I'm saying I do curse. I don't want to filter it out, because I think that would make me sound weird, but it's all gonna sound weird anyways, because I'm in the basement of my childhood home, so saying stupid and poop sounds, especially at this hour when everyone's asleep and the AC just turned off. How far can I bring this to my mouth? We have landed. Okay, tangent. Yeah, so like it's late, I can hear myself, and it really echoes in this, like the bone conduction to air conduction ratio is completely thrown off right now, and I'm hearing the ASMR, so yeah. Okay, public diary, me, Dari. All you need to know about the name is, if you'd like to know, I just chose it for a multitude of reasons, but the one that I'm okay with sharing with you right now is just that it is sort of, I don't think I've necessarily translated the English spelling correctly, but I just like the way it looked. Shoot me, please don't. I can't tell how loud I'm being. Okay, I doubt I am being very loud. Chill. Okay. This is the fit. Do I look sexy? Do I make you horny, baby? I'm sorry, parents, if you are watching this. That's an interesting point. I don't necessarily know if they're going to watch. I think they will, but I'm not necessarily putting that at the forefront of my mind right now, because if I do, I think I will, as a YouTuber who I can't remember the name of, but I'll link everything that I mention somewhere below. I'm really getting sleepy, but I think that'll kind of make this better, because again, I wanted to keep it calm for the first video because it's going to be a long one, and I'm not editing it. You're just here. Pretend it's a stand-up special. Put me on in the background. Shit, I don't know. It's not necessarily a stand-up special. Again, it's just me making my personal diary thing. And I have cut out this amount of time for myself to cover this amount of topics that I wanted to cover. And we're just rolling with it because, again, I didn't have a script, which maybe would have been a good thing, some people might say. But I don't care, I'd say. And also, the thing is, no, I'm going to hold on to that. It's okay. All right, so yeah, I basically want to gift this to myself, because I know future me is going to, at the end of the day, want some photos and videos, and I don't necessarily think I have to turn into a selfie-clicking, like, maniac in order to, no hate, it is a lot sometimes. I can't do it, you do it, that's cool. Tangent. So, basically, I want some things for, one, like, there are things that I'd like to talk about, so I'm creating a space for myself to talk about it, because why should I wait for someone else to give it to me when this is available, and I can just do this, and, like, some people will like it, some people won't, but why not? Life is too short, right? Milo agrees. I said it again. I'm just not gonna stop at this point, because who cares? It means, like, gentle and, like, I don't know, cute as fuck. You see what I did there? It was awkward because child at home. Okay. So anyways, yeah, I also, wow, I'm really not gonna edit this pause out. It's almost liberating because it's a lot less work. But I'm sorry you have to deal with me. It's not necessarily just for you, right? It's for me. Because when I'm old, and I'm just, if I get there, yes, I will. Don't look at me like that, Milo. I would like to reminisce and have something to show my hopefully grandkids, and just be like, look, I was interesting, right? I really wish the AC would turn back on, because it was so quiet. Okay, so, yeah, let me sit down now, because I think I'm getting tired. Oh, God. And I'm still getting used to this, but I will get used to it. Maybe I shouldn't move it. I'll just sit there. It just feels weird because we're so far away from each other. Okay. I really hope my parents don't watch this until it hopefully gets a few views, because otherwise they're gonna... Oh, I never even put the last of this on. Hold up. 1 sec. Was it worth it? I don't know. You tell me. I think it was. Where's my cape? I heard my cat just jumping upstairs. He's very cute. He's orange. I think that's a good topic to transition to, because I don't remember what the next one was because I got very distracted by this whole wings thing. And like I said, I'm sweating my ass off. And it's really weird doing this ASMR style, because when I think in my head, I don't think in this voice, like this quiet, borderline seductive one. I'm not trying to be seductive. It's just late and I'm tired. I know you can't tell, but I'm looking at you. Okay. And not in that way. I'm keeping it calm way. So, okay. So, basically, Dari means sort of like a pathway, way, journey, if you really will, but not really. I don't know. Depends on the context. Like the context clues. The silence is so loud. Okay. What can I say? Women aren't funny, right? No, it's funny because oh yeah, so that's, okay, crap, but I also had the cat. Okay, cat first. So I got a cat last September, and I will tell you more about that story because there's a lot to it. And I love him very dearly, and he's just jumping around upstairs. His name is Banu, which means ray of sunshine in Sanskrit. And it's also the name of my cousin's hubby's, so cousin-in-law. I don't know. Whatever, older brother figure. His bitch boss, as he put it, I think. I don't know why I twitched, but that was interesting. I do that sometimes. Yeah, okay. So, cat, Banu, bitch, boss, picture. I did it. Are you proud of me? 5 a.m. to make this. Okay, I'm tired. I get hyper. You will see it eventually. Okay, so that is a caricature of me when I was young, when I was a youngin', when I was a young warthog. Okay, yeah, and that's all I'm giving you, because security in this day and age is not free, and I don't want to pay more for it. Right now, at least, we're holding off. I know things happen. I recognize that by taking part in creative expeditions on this digital ocean that I wish this was a couch, but I guess it keeps me awake, that it is okay if where was I going with this? Maybe it was a mistake to record this at this time, but what can I say except you're welcome. Oh, my brain is broken, but it's broken and beautiful. I hated that. The lights are so pretty. Yeah, so I really hope you can't see that. I want to know. What the fuck was I tweaking about? No, you can't see my dogs. They are out, because again, it's hot. It's hot. Alright. Back to where I was, but now we have to edit a little bit. Which is kind of a pain in the ass, but that's fine. Guess I pulled out a wedgie, deal with it. I don't know if you can see it. It's fine. Anyways, oh god, what did I click? I feel like a boomer sometimes. I just got this phone because, one, I needed either the video or the audio to be good so that someone would listen. That sounds really depressing. I do have a romantic life and many friends, as much of a lie as that might sound like right now, especially with all of this. I swear I am cooler than I seem right now to some people. But I am not, as the youngins say, aura farming. Hella tangents, man. Okay, so yeah, I'm a smart person, as you can tell slightly, because I made it to doctor school, and that wasn't necessarily easy, but it also wasn't terribly, okay, I don't want to say it wasn't hard, but it was, brain is good, brain is pretty good, as much as it may not seem in this video. Brain is good, pretty good, and I would like to share brain, because the thing is, brain isn't good because I'm all that, you know, like I am all that, but brain is good because of love. I know, sounds gay, but wow, I'm really being myself on the internet. That's a little scary, because that's the thing is, this is what my brain sounds like. Brain is good because brains sound like this all the time, and I don't turn it off a lot. I kind of let it do its thing, and then I learn things, and my brain gets stronger. Brain is muscle mommy, and many people like my brain. So, basically, I'm very grateful for my brain, and I'm at a point in my life where I can't afford to not be creative anymore as an artsy-fartsy person. And so I want to kind of combine those things and give back to the community. And I'm putting that in air quotes because I'm saying that as a phrase that's recognizable. That's not necessarily all I'm trying to do though here, because I'm, once again, providing just a public diary, you know. I'm no Marcus Aurelius. I don't know if I said that right. I'm an immigrant child. Is that a valid excuse? Tangent. Marcus. I'm no Marcus. My name isn't Marcus, it's Dari. But I'd like to journal in a more creative way because I just like to experiment with things. This is partly me experimenting and, letting my brain do its thing. I need that as a part of my life. I think a lot of people do, but the thing is, a lot of people don't realize that there are medical students that also need to do interesting, dumb things like this, and when we don't, that's when the suicide rates get high. I'm sorry I laughed, but I'm allowed to, because I too, I too am depressed, but just gonna, okay, it's fine. I'm nervous, fuck you. I'm nervous. What can I say? This is weird as hell. This isn't, it doesn't even feel like therapy. Like, it's a purple square that I'm talking to, because my iPad case is purple. I don't know how people do this often. For context, for example, for like the kind of person I am, I'm not trying to be a pick-me girl. This is how I am. I get really overstimulated by the digital world a lot, partly because my parents raised me very, like, somewhat restrictively with the, like, overexposure, like some parents just have iPad kids. I wasn't an iPad kid. I was a library books kid, like, it was lovely. It was great. However, it did take me a second to get kind of caught up to the digital world, I was a little, like, Desi Amish girl in some sense. And part of that was by choice, because I was just really frustrated with the type of people and behavior and just the stuff I would hear about or see. Like, it was a lot, And the other thing is, I already have to listen to, like, NBC all the time at home. It's gotten a little bit better, but my dad is a very avid fan of Lester Holt, for example, and he's a very cool guy. He's a very smart guy. That's an awful description of him, but what I'm trying to say is, like, I already kind of get a lot of world news, and world news ain't great because the media likes to talk about very negative things. And so I don't always want to, like, try to socialize with friends digitally and have to deal with, like, this feed full of, like, either nonsense or, like, and what I mean by that is, like, just, like, things that are, like, blatantly, like, misinformation, or just, like, why, like, there's a lot. And I think part of that is a very critical thing that you need to know about me, is I'm a very hypersensitive person, and I don't mean that I am, like, I mean that, gosh, I'm so, like, anxious that like, I'm trying to, it's this chair, it doesn't let me be comfortable, but maybe that's a good thing. It keeps me on edge. It kind of feels like I'm just alive, but dreaming. A little bit. Oh, that was a clip. Okay, so, we're fine. My forehead is itchy. So, internet. There's, for example, like, there's a lot of pop culture things that I just, like, I don't know, I'm not caught up in. I wasn't big on Drake even before he was a pedophile. Sorry, there was an internal conversation in my brain. It went like this. It went, should I say that One Dance was still a bop? No, that would get you canceled or something. Nobody knows you yet, so nobody's gonna cancel you yet. But also, where am I going with this? Oh, yeah, this guy. Sorry, I lost track of who was who. So this voice, Not that there are voices in my head. Though that is exactly what someone with voices in their head would say. And I'm not saying anything against any of that because medical student, one of the things I want to talk about on this channel is psychology. I love psychology. But we will get to that, going back to the conversation I was having with myself in my head. Jesus. Okay. So I'm reorienting because I'm trying not to laugh more, like nervous laugh. And I'm saying I'm all that again. Alright, we gotta take a breath. Hold up. My back gets stiff very easily. But it's okay. Because we're figuring it out. Okay, so I was trying to say that, hey, this is real life, right? We all lose our train of thought sometimes. Sometimes they go forth and they crash into a brick wall and they burst into flames and coal, hot steaming coal spews everywhere. That wasn't enough stalling for me to remember what I was saying. I'll just go somewhere else. It's fine. Hyper empathy. I think that's somewhere where I was. So I'm a very hyper empathetic person. And being someone that from a very young age was told, doctor, I don't know, everyone was always trying to tell me, you're gonna have to learn how to compartmentalize. It's a very tough job. Oh, very noble. You know, like the pride aspect of doctor things that everyone sort of talks about off the net but won't talk about on the net, it feels like, because I don't know, we'll get to it. Not at this time, but it felt very like, why are you are you trying to tell me to stop basically feeling for the patients that I would be treating? Because if so, I don't know if I can do that. I'm not that kind of person. And I don't think a lot of people are. I think it just happens. Especially as like someone interested in psychology, I can say that it's not often by choice that people just turn off their emotions. It's happened to me before. It happened very severely. And, now I feel everything. I feel all my, emotions. Just let them go. You don't judge them. It's like a very mindful way of living. But it took a lot of time and practice to get to this point. And it was, very important, I think, for me to figure that out before I was, the one calling the shots. And I haven't started clinicals yet, so we're in a good spot, As in, I'm not regularly seeing patients yet. I'm still in the textbooks part of things. So it's nice to be able to do a lot of introspection and reflection now in my student years, so that I'm not dealing with the emotional pressures of oh my god, mommy never taught me how to compartmentalize, and now 97-year-old Sarah with dementia is dying, and she said DNR, so I just have to sit here watching her huff and puff until she, it's like so many very book smart kids go into, I'm saying that as if I'm 45. I'm not. I'm in my early 20s. That's another thing. I'm going to make a list on the whiteboard paper because efficiency, I guess. I move a lot as a student, So whiteboard paper, it's mobile. It's lightweight. I don't have it as a sponsor because I have no sponsors. And another thing, God, I'm bouncing all over the place. It must be much later now. Wait, let me tell you, actually, I can check. I'm so stupid. It's only 12:27. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think it's just because I'm speaking like this, in this voice, trying to be slightly quiet. Because, again, family members speaking. Is this too loud? Oh, no. Okay, we're good. I'm so sorry that was clanging the whole time. I don't know if I can take it out, but I don't think I'm gonna try. So if I lost a few people there, that's okay. That's fine. I'm sorry. It's so hot in this. Wait, maybe I can why am I asking you? I'm gonna turn around and lift the mask up so I can breathe for a second. The show must go on. Oh God, the socks are falling out. Oh, this would be a good time to say. So, part of what is helping with the mask setup is that I've used Hank Green's awesome socks from the good store. Oh my God, I remembered. But I'm using one of them, two of them technically, one pair, to pad the like cheek sides, which is kind of giving it that motorbike fit. And so, yeah, that's helping a lot. Okay, anyways. Putting it back on. Got a breather. That was good. Also a little bit more airflow like this. Trying to find the seat. Don't look at me like that, Milo. Gosh. So judgmental. Okay, so basically, okay, you know, maybe this is compressing my throat. What? Okay, so I am a medical student and I feel a lot. It sounds, take it as you want, you know what? I feel a lot of emotions, and I always have. I was a hypersensitive kid, and I also was like, oh gosh, the socks are showing. How embarrassing. One sec. Okay, yeah, for now this works. I don't know what I did, but shit. Okay, so basically I kind of have some things to say about being a sensitive kid that grew up always knowing that they were gonna try to and likely succeed because was a gifted kid in school type she. But like it would be a challenge to figure out how to deal with it without just turning them all off. And the thing is, I didn't necessarily plan for the emotional toll that life would start having, especially once adolescent puberty, I glitched trying to figure out whether to say puberty or pubertic. Pubertic. Boy biz. Okay. Whatever. Like, you know, adolescent hormones. I didn't know what that would feel like. Nobody does. And nobody talks about them properly. Everyone just says teenagers are hormonal, moody, and bitchy, and nobody asks, how are you feeling? And that's a problem, and it's something I would like to change, but I have no power because in lovely capitalist and insurance run healthcare systems, I am a wee nothing. I am but an extra donut at the end of close at a Dunkin' Donuts. I'm so sleepy. I might have to actually continue this tomorrow. I didn't expect to be this tired, but I am. And when duty calls, are my socks showing? So, or maybe the fidgeting on the chair will help. I don't know what it looks like to you. I'm sorry if I'm cut out. I can't do anything about it. Right now I don't feel like it. Oh, I have to crack my neck, that's why. Yep, that was it. Okay. ASMR. I hope you heard the cracks. Yeah, that helped. Okay, I'm more awake now. Oh, that's another thing. There we go. I am a DO med student. So, what that means is that in the United States, I'm just staring at the floor now. It's more comfortable. I'm sorry. Also, I can see Milo through the eye. The eye. And he's very cute because he's sleeping right now. I'm sorry if the squeaking's bothering you. But basically, a DO school is an osteopathic school. And at an osteopathic school, the difference is that you're just taught things, the same things, through a quote-unquote holistic osteopathic lens, where it's like, I wrote down a specific definition that I wanted to read for you for this, so I'm not going to go super into it right now, because there's a point to that. We're getting to it. But, hot. Me hot. DO, osteopathic students, schools. No, osteopathic schools. There we go. I need to sit up. I'm falling asleep again. Okay.